It is still a lot of damage on this street. Take a look at this car. It's one of the most badly damaged on the block. You can see the back windshield is broken out. And I want to bring you to the front here. Take a look at the front windshield. As the excitement is already in the air, you can look behind me and see all of the vintage planes and people dressed in clothing from the 1940s. The rally's been going on for a few minutes now. You can look behind me and see they have some signs in the ground. And then just take a look over here. We have about a dozen people who showed up for this. You can take a look at some of the signs. Justice for Greg, no more bull. Organizers say they didn't do this to cause any trouble, but to give folks an outlet to express their anger and their grief. Now, I'm standing under a bus stop right now, so the snow has stopped falling, but when I stick my hand out here, I can feel sleet and rain fall. The hours later, you can still smell smoke in the air, and if you look behind me, you can still see there's some fire officials on the scene, and even just looking at the outside of the building, you can see the damage right there on the front, and take a look over here. They have a dumpster that they're filling with damaged items, and all along the side of this building, you can see the windows are open. Some of them are broken out. They're covered in soot, and you can take a look down there. There's some more damaged or burned material sticking out of the window. We were about to show you the streets, but then we had these two high school students come run out of the house. They have on sweatshirts and shorts and boots, an awesome combination here. And if you listen, you can hear that they've started playing music behind me. And police say if you know anything about this case, to give them a call. In the meantime, the family will lean on one another to get through this. And since I've been standing here, I've seen emergency personnel remove someone. Now, I'm going to step out of the way to show you just how active this scene is right now. A mobile meth lab doesn't have to be large. Police say the one they found in the Sheetz parking lot was the same size as this soda bottle.
It's just not fair that people sit out here and take these kids' life.
Johannes Centrone is mourning the loss of her son, Joel, one of the three men shot and killed Wednesday evening in the 600 block of Mall Street in Reading.
I went crazy. When they told me my son got shot, it was a difficult moment.
I don't know that God is going to give us the strength, to pass this hard moment.
A memorial made of candles is growing at the scene. Hearts have remained heavy ever since the shooting as friends mourn and lean on each other.
All three victims were friends. They were together in the same area in the block at the time of the shooting.
Police say Marley Alonzo and Joel Centrone died at the scene. The third victim, Omar Harris, died at the hospital hours later.
I don't have no words. I just pray to God that this violence stop.
Police haven't said how many shots were fired, only that each victim had been shot several times. At this point, police say neighbors shouldn't be afraid. They say they believe the three friends were targeted, but can't say why.
The investigators are working around the clock, doing the best they can right now to garner as much information they can.
The broken windshield cracks spread out like clusters of spider webs, and the damage near North 12th and Marion Streets in Reading spreads from car to car.
The windshield is going to be 400.
Are you going to call your police report? Halloween turned into a night of mischief with people like Elizabeth Beltran and about a dozen others feeling the impact.
I was like, who would do something like this? Like, what's the pleasure on breaking others' good items?
Sometime during the night, neighbors reported seeing a group of teenagers with bats in the area. It's not clear if the teens did all this, but Marco Tellis says he thinks they did. Just a month ago, he says teenagers keyed his van.
Right here.
Now this.
Upset, they're not going to miss a week of work because they got to order the windshield. It takes about a week.
Cesarian Garcia is also going to miss work. The vandals cracked his windshield, shattered a window, and even jumped on his roof, caving it in.
It's my car for go to work.
Beltran says her brother called her and asked if her windshield was broken. She said no. Then she walked outside.
So then I started walking, I see this car, and I'm like, oh, that sucks. And then I see my own, and I'm like, wow.
You want to trim it down or just shape it up?
Inside City Cuts Barbershop in Kutztown,
That's what's tight. That's good.
you'll spot all the barbershop essentials, but tucked away in a box is a collection of children's books.
So as soon as we got the books, we just needed the kids. And once the kids came in, it just worked out perfectly.
Did you have Thanksgiving at your house?
There's the typical barbershop talk,
Yeah, it was my daughter's first Thanksgiving.
but on any given day, you'll hear something else. Children reading books out loud. The shop calls it Books by Kids.
Just the courage for them to do it, because I don't think I would have ever did it as a kid. I don't care how much money was on the line, you know.
Shop owner John Esqueta and barber apprentice Jerry Jones started this almost a year ago as a way to help build kids' reading and public speaking confidence. Even now, for both men, speaking in public is tough. Who's your shop right now?
Yes, I am very shy.
Right now in the camera, I'm like, palms are sweating a little bit.
The guys here say if a kid is brave enough to sit in this seat and read a book, it doesn't matter if they want to read one line, a paragraph, or a chapter. The idea is that they just get comfortable reading something.
You might not have the confidence today, but tomorrow you have the confidence to do it.
The kids who read get $3 out of the deal, but also confidence. It's a lesson not taught in most barbershops. But these guys say they hope others will pick it up and not let it fade.
We want to be more of a staple to the community.
In Kutztown, Katiera Winfrey, 69 News. Jonathan and Grace Foster have each been found guilty of involuntary manslaughter and endangering the welfare of a child.
The law's the law, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
The Upper Topahawken Township couple's 2-year-old daughter, Ella Grace, died from what doctors called a treatable form of pneumonia in 2016. The couple cited their religious beliefs as the reason they didn't seek medical help for the child.
We don't judge them by their religion or nothing. That we didn't take any of that into account.
Pennsylvania law says religious beliefs are no excuse for refusing to help a sick child, and it's that law that jury foreman Casey Tharp says mattered most.
That's what it came down to, actually, was we went by the letter of the law, like exactly what the law said, and that's how we all came to the actual conclusion.
Testimony revealed that even after the child died in her father's arms, the parents never called 911. They instead started making funeral arrangements.
When parents are derelict in their duties, we, law enforcement, prosecutors, have to protect those children, and we will continue to do so.
The district attorney says he hopes this conviction sends a message that his office will continue helping children who can't help themselves. The jury foreman says even though the decision is tough, he sticks by it.